Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another Arms Warrior discussion video. And I recently posted a video um, of me doing just damage, no talking, on this dummy right here now that I'm once again wailing on. Before the nerf hit. Now, yes, my DPS is going to go from 255-ish to 220, 25-ish. From what I said, I did about 5 or 6 tests over 8 minutes. You're just going to see one of them here, and you're going to see the lower DPS, the lower Mortal Strike numbers, and the lower resets, especially during Battle Cry, as Hamstring now no longer can reset. I still use it because it's on the same timer as Focus Rage, and I cast it when it costs no rage. So if you don't want to use it, you're missing out on 0.3 damage. If you were used to using it, you can still keep it in there. So let's talk about what this patch did. Now before they hot fixed it, and a lot of people panicked and thought this spec was going to be a lot worse. I didn't panic, but I just read it and I was like, well, it's going to be a lot worse. It's not as bad as before. The original notes were to nerf Focus Rage to 30%, which is still true. It's still 30% per stack, so your Mortal Strikes are going to be much weaker. My best ones are about 1 million now instead of 1.2 million. So every time it seems like I hit for 1.2 million, they take it away. They just keep nerfing it. That's on this thing. And the big one, the killer, was, you know how I always went on about how Exploit the Weakness is your best artifact talent? You know, it was like 3 points in there. Each point in there was like your abilities act as if they consume 10% more rage to reset your Tactician, which was, keyword was, your abilities have a 0.65% chance per rage spent to reset Colossal Smash and Mortal Strike. Now, they actually changed that to 0.75, so they made it better. So let's talk about what they made better. They made Tactician better. Instead of 0.65% rage, it's 0.75% rage. And they brought up the nerf they were going to do on Exploit the Weakness from 3% per talent to 4. So it's only 1%, but at least they brought it up. I still think that's overkill on that skill. Like, I think going from 10 to 3 to 4 is ridiculous, and bringing us from, you know, like a hard to play spec with more actions per minute than I've probably seen. You know, I've seen lots of geared Arms Warriors and they don't do good damage because the spec is kind of hard. That's why I make these videos. Anyways, if you practice it, you can be okay at it. But anyway, it got nerfed from like top 3. It was up there with like Feral Druid and like Outlaw Rogue for a while on a lot of the sites I looked at for that had like their sim data. Now it's like 11th or something. Like, instead of 330k average or whatever they have about 285. So they lost about, you know, 55k. And I'm gonna lose about 30k here. So since they scaled harder, you know, with all those buffs, I'd scale and I'd lose that much damage. So that makes sense to me. Now what I want to talk about is people are gonna think that you're never gonna get resets anymore now, like because of that Tactician not the Tactician. The Tactician got buffed. Excuse me, the Exploit the Weakness nerf. So let's say we have 3 points in it, right? We don't have any artifacts or any relics that increase it. We just have 3. It used to be 30%, now it's 12. So before, with 3 points and the 0.65 Tactician, your Slam had a 13.52% chance to reset your cooldowns. Your Focus Rage had a 10.14%, and your Hamstring was a 6.76. Now that is going to turn into a 0 because Hamstring now can no longer proc Tactician. So if you're using it, you're just using it for that small amount of damage, and because it's free, you're using it when it's free, and it's on the cooldown with Focus Rage, so it doesn't take away from anything. So that's the only reason why I still use it. Now here's the thing, guys. The numbers are almost the same with 3 points. Like, you know how I said slam was 13.52%? Well, with the new one, with 12% exploit the weakness, but 0.75% chance per rage, slam is 13.44 instead of 13.52. So that's like a very low amount, right? It's reduced by a very small amount. Focus rage, for example, used to be 10.14, now it's 10.08. So when I'm not in Battle Cry and spamming Hamstring, you know, the resets seem pretty similar. Maybe, you know, if they're a little worse. I don't know how Blizzard does this, if they round down. If they use these exact numbers, then it's going to be very small. But the thing that hurts us, there's two things that hurt us with this patch. Obviously, our Mortal Strikes don't hit as hard, and you know how much of our damage is Mortal Strike. It's like half of it, right? Not counting Execute. You know, I don't get to do Execute on this thing right here. But yeah, our Mortal Strike was, oh man, we rely on Mortal Strike for so much damage. So the nerf to that hurts us. And then the nerf to Hamstring not proccing Tactician. Now, you know, before when I would pop Battle Cry, and I would be spamming Slam, Focus Rage, Hamstring if I didn't have CS up, I was getting that reset almost all the time. I would get multiple resets in 5 seconds. Now I've gone Battle Cries where I spend like, you know, whatever, like 4 slams and 4 focus rages, and I miss those 4 hamstrings. Those 4 are almost 7%. All those little extra 7% every second. You know, those definitely were noticeable, and there was a reason why people used hamstring before, and not having it now hurts us. So the bottom line is, they nerf our spec? Yeah, they did. They nerfed it. I mean, I don't know how you think a pretty hard nerf is, but it's still better than Fury on single target according to Simcraft. So like, it's not just like pack in the arms wep, go Fury. If you went Fury now, you can feel glad that the other spec doesn't completely destroy you. I guess there's a positive note for your Fury. The thing I don't like about this expansion with the artifact weapons is this whole, like, you gotta invest, you know, the drops you get into the weapon, and more importantly, these hundreds of thousands of artifact power. Like, I put all my effort into the arms weapon, and I got the Fury and prot weapons up to the point where they go from 1,000 to 7,000, and then I was like, well, you know, like 7,000 is a lot, so I'll just work on the arms weapon. So it seems like if you want to just switch it to a different spec, your weapon's probably not going to be as good, and your spec's not going to be, and your weapon tree is going to need to be filled out, and that can take a lot of time, and I don't feel like doing all these dailies and stuff. So you'll just see my data here. Like, most importantly, you'll see the Mortal Strike data will be, the numbers will be much lower, and the Corrupted Blood will be much lower, and the slam damage will be higher because I'm using it more. And I'm probably gonna open up I think I opened up the character sheet to show you that I wore the same gear in the other video. So there's the Tactician, the new Tactician, and the new Focus Rage, just to show you that this is indeed on the nerfed setting, the new patch. But yeah, don't give up on arms. It's still really good. It's just it's more average now than top tier. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thanks for checking it out. Peace.